Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today is dyno day for the comp car. The thing that I've been waiting for and not been sleeping over for the longest time, but it's finally time to find out, one, the engine's okay, and two, how much power we're gonna make. Let me know down in the comment section how much power you think it's gonna make. Daiki, how much do you think it's gonna make? 1,000?
Yes.
Yeah?
Hopefully 1,000.
Hopefully 1,000? Yeah. Do you want to put some money on it? Tanaka-san's in the hot seat, working his magic. We're obviously at Ion. These guys make some insane race cars. Tanaka-san, nanbari dekiru kyou? He's just trolling. All right, so we pulled up the dyno sheets from how we had the car set up before, which was around 750 to 800 horsepower. We are looking for, we are looking for more than that. So if we can make anything more than that, we are good. It's gonna be spicy, boys. Gonna be real spicy.
So much vacuum sound.
Right? It just sucks so much. We'll call this car the Big Suck.
What?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's starting to sound real good. Gosh. She's ready to make power. Look how it's glowing. So what Tanaka-san's doing right now is he's getting the dyno to hold it at certain RPMs and introducing load at those targets. And then he's able to, at each individual interval of RPM, and depending on how much load he adds, he can adjust the fuel and the ignition timing. This is ridiculous. So he's just working on the fuel table right now. Ignition timing's normally what you work on later. You see that? The whole thing just goes whoop. Jeez. Damn. Okay, so the gate fully just opened at like 4,600 RPM, 4,700 RPM, and that's 1.4 bar we have the spring set to. This is gonna be responsive. I was worried about the G40. Yeah, which is about the same as your SR with the G30 770. This is gonna be responsive enough for what we need. We had to take the cover off to check ignition timing. Also, we're going to take the plugs out later on and check them individually as well, so it's easy to just keep the cover off for now. She sounds mean. I can't get over how great this thing idles too. Woo! She's ready to party, baby. I was just asking Tanaka-san like how different it is for tuning from the 3 liter to the 3.4, and he said it is entirely different. I was like, what is it, like an extra 20% overall more fuel? He's like, nah, it's like 40%. That's crazy. But we are dealing with ethanol too, so I guess it makes sense. Ethanol, you need a lot more to do the same thing as what race gas would be. she's smoking. She's smoking. Oh man. What did we just do? We just did 770 horsepower like that? We just did 770 horsepower? What the freak? Good Tuesday. So our first pull got us all the way up here, above wherever we were before, straight at 770, right there. That is awesome, and the torque we are making is looking really good too. It's hard because it's not Newton meters or foot per pound, but we're at 81 kgm. From here you can see we got a lot to tidy up, but this thing's gonna keep going to the moon. We ain't done, and that's just the first pull. This is very promising. I'm excited. Just did 796. The freak. Jeez. That R-Tech manifold is doing work. So we've got a little bit of a problem. Our clutch started slipping, but we made over 111 kgm of torque and 985 PS, which is like 980 horsepower. That is stupid, but all of this is my clutch slipping. We don't know what's up. We've got a 1,000 horsepower rated clutch. We're gonna try and figure out what's going on, but dang, that's crazy. We tried adjusting the preload. I'm hoping it was just a little too much preload on maybe the clutch master. But if that's not gonna hold that torque level, what we will have to do is go to the next level up of clutch that ORC provides. Still slipping clutch. Still slipping the clutch. Man, that sucks. We're over 1,000? We gotta fix that. We need a clutch. Oh my God. Dakey, go get a clutch. Let's quickly change it. Turn the boost down a bit more, we're making 860 horsepower and the clutch won't slip there. So the moment we add more boost above that, the clutch is going to slip on us. The max power we've made with the slipping clutch is 1,023. If we can get a clutch to hold this, which I'm sure ORC makes one, we will be well over the 1,000 horsepower club. This is so crazy. Man, I'm stoked. We just got back from a lunch break. We let the car cool down, which means the clutch is now nice and cool. We've got a few tricks to try and break in the clutch a bit more, and hoping that it's gonna help it, I guess, bed in and hold the power. ORC said that we're right on the line, so it should hold it if we let it break in a little bit. But they do have a stronger clutch they're gonna send out that we're gonna be using for the round, but we need it to hold the power right now so we get the tune dial. So we're hoping we can go from there, but Tanaka-san's also very confident that because it's holding at the 850 horsepower range, he can kind of tune it to that and then kind of scale up based off that to get it pretty much on the money. And then after a test day and checking the logs, we can dial it in a little bit more. That's worst case scenario if we can't get this clutch to hold. But yeah, it's a weird feeling. The engine's making great power everywhere. We don't have crazy blow by or anything like that. I'm still nervous and crazy, like freaking out, because I put that motor together and my brain keeps going, Sam, did you remember to do this? Sam, did you remember to tighten that? Did you torque that correctly? I didn't really sleep much last night because my brain just kept going through everything. For the only issue today to be a clutch slipping, it sucks, but it's also an amazing thing because that's it. No leaks, no other random issues or anything like that. That's good. It means we built a good car. So what we're working on now is breaking in the clutch some. We're putting load on the engine and just kind of engaging and disengaging the clutch a bunch to get it heated up and getting it to really bed in. And we're hoping that that will help it stick. All right, so it held that time. And that was at 900, so now we just keep going. It was better than before. Yeah, it slipped a bit there. Still slipping. We can't stop it. But even with this slipping, we're making power. We're making power. Well over 900, 930, 950. And we're keeping the boost down a little bit too to try and stop it from making over 1,000 so the clutch holds up, but the clutch is not happy. I think the 3.4, the torque is just a little too much for this clutch. And we'll go up to the bigger one and then it should fix it. The VVTi gear is also a little noisy, but I believe that's because we have upgraded springs and retainers and it puts a little bit of pressure on it. Still, I'm happy. Tanaka-san's getting the tune dialed in the best that he can, and then from there, we'll be good enough to drift it, test it once we replace the clutch, and just log and check everything over, make sure we're all good, and then he can make some adjustments remotely from there. I wanted to show you guys what's happening, but we also worked out that the belt keeps slipping and I keep using voltage. And this is probably why I had a lot of stalling issues last year. The way that this belt layout is, it's not able to keep enough tension on it when it's in the high RPMs, and my voltage drops all the way down to 11 to 12 volts, which is not good. So we're gonna try and come up with a different belt layout, which is something we've always had issues with. You guys have always heard this thing squealing on startup and stuff, but we have to come up with a solution because this is definitely affecting things as well. Tanaka-san's getting the anti-lag dialed in. How does it still sound this loud with this huge muffler? So good. Anti-lag is awesome. Definitely something I need with a big turbo on this thing. So we're gonna come up with a better pulley system, a stronger clutch for the before the round. I'm also thinking about getting a... Man, it's so strange how anti-lag sounds in the engine bay. Because it kind of like is able to hold the engine there. So good. We got to change the belt pulley setup. I got to figure something else out there, and we obviously need to also get the stronger clutch, and then we'll be good. Very successful day though. Oh, that belt. Gosh. We did good though. We don't know our final power number, and we're not going to know it unless we come back with the new clutch. But what we do know is we made 1,025 horsepower with a slipping clutch. And I think that says a lot. We'll come back later and get the final numbers, I think. I think we have to. But damn, she's a beast. Tanaka-san wants me to feel the throttle response, so we're gonna do that. We've turned the boost down to where the clutch isn't slipping, which is pretty much right at the 850 horsepower range, which is still pretty much more than what we had before. We have tons more torque than we had before as well, so it's still gonna feel awesome. Once we change the clutch to the stronger one, all I gotta do is open the laptop and push a button and we'll be in 1,000 horsepower range. But let's see what this throttle response feels like. Gotta fix that belt. You can hear the belt slipping. Yeah. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be real fun. Oh, I'm stoked. I don't think I'm ever gonna build another 2JZ unless it's a 3.4. I wanna try the 3.6 now. I'm literally like so mind blown how much just that extra 0.4 has just changed entirely how this thing feels. And the torque is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Anyways, we've got a lot of work to get done still before our test day and comp day. So the comp is not this weekend, but next weekend. And we still have a lot to get done. The car needs to get wrapped, aero, all that type of stuff has to be installed. But first big step's done. Car makes power. We made over 1,000. We don't know our final numbers until we get a new clutch and come back. But we're good to drive, and that's the main thing. Guys, we made over 1,000 horsepower, an engine I assembled myself, a car that we built and got no sleep for the last couple weeks. I cannot stress to you how good this feels. It's late right now, it's terrible weather, it's storming outside, but we freaking did it. Sure, we got an issue with the clutch. We got an issue with the pulley system. Those things are so small issues compared to anything else that could have gone wrong. I'm so stoked. The sense of accomplishment that I have right now is next to none. Next to none. I am gonna sleep well tonight. I'm so proud of the team, Daiki, everyone that's helped me. Myself, I don't even know what to say. I think May's probably the one that deserves most of the credit, because without her, I would not have been able to do anything that I've done. She's been working so hard behind the scenes while I've been focusing on building this car. On top of us building Daiki's car at the same time and everything, it has been hectic. And I do want to apologize. I know the content, it just hasn't been as energetic and as fast-paced, or it hasn't been what I wanted to create. And I did warn you guys that it is crunch time, and I was going to be putting all of my focus into prepping the FD car and making sure that that thing was ready to rip. And today, it feels so good. It feels so good, guys. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but I'm stoked. I hope you guys are too. The first car on the channel that's ever made over 1,000 horsepower, real numbers. Sure, we could have turned up the 3-liter before. It was definitely, well, now that we know it was a stock bottom end, no, we couldn't have, because it would have blown up. I mean, people have said that a stock bottom end can do 1,000 horsepower, but it's a ticking time bomb. So anyways, you know what I'm saying. Now we actually have an FD car that really makes 1,000 horsepower, which is freaking mind-blowing, and everything went great, and I touched everything on that car. Feels good. Feels really good. I can't wait to drive it for the first time. We've got some issues to solve. I've already been studying and trying to work out a way to fix our pulley system, and I think I've got 2 options, and I'm gonna play around with them once we get the car inside tomorrow morning and start figuring out a game plan there. But yeah, we're good. Clutch also should be arriving tomorrow too, so we should have that all solved tomorrow. With that, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe. It's gonna be a roller coaster this year. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you all in the next one. If you got all the way to the end, I appreciate you from the bottom of my soul. Right now, YouTube is a hard game. I'm sure you've noticed it everywhere. But do me a favor, write pineapple if you got this far. See you later, guys. Peace.